Kia ora, this is Kia ora Oz. Welcome to the channel. I'm Darren, and this is the continuation of a lap that my late wife Selena and I started in June of 2023. After her passing, I decided to continue the journey solo, safe in the knowledge that she will always be a part of my journey. Follow along and find out what it's like to travel this vast continent solo. Ka kite. Kia ora Oz, kia ora whānau. Welcome to part 1 of the Eyre Peninsula. So as you know, I finished at Nullarbor in Ceduna. So I'm camped up in Ceduna. Yesterday I pulled in there and set up camp. And yeah, this morning thunder and lightning and a couple of showers went over, and then it cleared out into a beautiful day. So I've come out for a look at Lake McDonald, which is a lake. Quite often see drone shots from the road going between the lake and the Pink Lake. There's a Pink Lake. Unfortunately, I seem to have chased down the weather that came over us this morning. Yeah, it's not looking the best. So I'm going to try and put the drone up, but I'm a little bit nervous, so we'll see how we go. What a bummer. There's absolutely no way I can get the drone up. It's blowing a gale, and I don't want to lose the drone, so never mind. So still in Ceduna, Yesterday I went out and had a look at Lake McDonald. Started out, the day was really blue skies, it was awesome, and then slowly deteriorated. And by the time I got to Lake McDonald, it was blowing a gale and had quite a bit of rain. The car looked a mess. But still got to see the lake, the pink lake, with the iconic road through the middle of it. And just couldn't get the drone up to get a shot. I'll drop an aerial shot of what the lake looks like with from the website. Did that, then headed back. Interestingly, you have to go through the quarantine station again because it's out near Penang. But they just waved me through when I told them I'd only just been out to Lake McDonald. And then just inside the quarantine station, there's a place called the Oyster Barn. And so I stopped there and grabbed a dozen oysters ready for dinner. And then had a bit of a seafood dinner last night with oysters, Gilpatrick, some fresh oysters, and green curry prawns. So that was cool. Today, again, it really hammered down last night, and it was windy, lightning, thunder. I had to put the awning away, it was that windy. Today, not looking too much better, so I might just head into Ceduna and have a look at the jetty. If it clears up any, I might go and throw a line in, but it won't be too much. But I will need to go and get the car cleaned because it's absolutely filthy. Alright, Sam's fun fact. So Lake McDonald is a salt lake, and it's for all of the other reasons that the lakes turn pink. It turns pink. It used to be a salt. It used to be the site of a former salt mine, but now that area, that Lake McDonald area, is the largest gypsum mine in Australia, on the largest deposit in the southern hemisphere. Salt still mined, but as a secondary product. The ore body consists of calcrete coastal dunes of the Pleistocene Bridgewater Formation, whatever that means. The gypsum deposit has an ore meter layer of gypsuronite containing 93% gypsum. There you go. So it's a gypsum mine. And it's been a gypsum mine since 1919. Okay. Alright, so I want to clean up and take off for today. So this is Ceduna Jetty. So not a very nice day. It's a little bit windy, a little bit cold. But anyway, I thought I'd come down for a couple of hours and see what I can see. Yesterday Weather was pretty crappy, but I did manage to get out on the Ceduna jetty and throw a line in. I caught a herring and quite a few grunters, but yeah, they all got thrown back except for the herring. Herring was used last night for dinner, so awesome. Yeah, so I went out and had a look at that jetty, but then sort of came back home. Like I said, the weather was quite crappy, so I came back home and chilled out back here in the van. Today the sun's out, looks brilliant out there, so I'm going to go and have a look at a couple of places, maybe revisit a couple of places, because they always look better when obviously the sun's out and shining, so we'll do that today. Yeah, that's it, and tomorrow I head off to Streaky Bay. Sam's fun fact, so just around on one of the points is a place called Ceduna, and it's only a couple of kilometres from Ceduna, and it's home to the second busiest port in South Australia, exporting grain, salt, mineral sands and gypsum. So we talked about gypsum yesterday. So Greek immigration to Ceduna established and continues to support the fishing industry in the region, with small fleets of fishing boats operating and supplying the fish factories, with King George whiting, snapper, shark, crayfish, blue swimmer crabs being amongst target species. So you can see the fish factories and that from here, just over here, on the beach. And there's also a purpose-built marina facility over there, so we might have a look at that today, amongst other things. Okay, so I'm going to clean up, make my phone calls and get out for the day. So this is Pinky Point. There's the port over there. Looking out to sea. So Ceduna still, heading out today to Streaky Bay, which is really only 40 minutes down the road. So I'll probably, well no I won't probably, I will just head into town first with the van. There's a pretty good car wash here in Ceduna, so once you get off the Nullarbor, if you need to give your van a wash down, the car wash here is quite easy to get into with the van. So I'm going to head down there and give the caravan a tub, and then head to Streaky Bay. Yesterday I went out and had a look around a few different places, and did some more fishing on the jetty. Fish weren't on the bite yesterday like they were the day before, so anyway, it helped pass the time for a couple of hours, and then I came back. Yeah, so into Streaky Bay today, and then I'm there for 3 days, I think. Sam's fun facts. So on September 29th, 1966, the Eyre sank off Ceduna, or just out of the shipping lanes in Ceduna here. So the Eyre was a Liberty ship. Liberty ships were ships built during the Second World War in the US in quick succession. So they weren't meant to be ships that would have longevity. They were built quickly to help replenish the cargo and troop carrying fleets, and served during the Second World War. But a number of them were sold after the Second World War to various shipping companies, this being one of them. And so it plied the waters after the Second World War with cargo and all of that sort of stuff for about 21 odd years, I think it is. So it was loaded here in Ceduna with 7,776 tons of bulk wheat. So what happened is they filled the front storage area with wheat, and then the rear hold with wheat, and left the middle hold empty. And the plan was to go to Port Lincoln and load another 200 tons of wheat into the middle holds. So what they think happened is that because it was in a fairly bad state of disrepair, that loading the two holds at the front and the back broke its back as it was heading out through the shipping lanes. Then it sunk in about 25 metres of water. They salvaged some of the wheat, and then they managed to tow it out, and they sunk it, and it's now an artificial reef. Yeah, so that was Eyre. It had a number of names in the past. So anyway, the ship's bell now sits, and you would have seen that photo, sits just up above the harbour, and the anchor chain is also the original chain that's there. Alright, okay, so I'm going to hook up and get out of here. So in the Islands Caravan Park at Streaky Bay today. Came in, set up camp, went down and got some stuff for dinner, and then had a walk out here to the island. Deep as it gets is up to your chest. So I went out there just to see if I could see if there's any squid floating around, but there isn't, so I'm going to head back and have a beer and sit outside and do a bit of editing. But every now and then you come across a camp that's just perfect, and this one is. It's about about 50 metres down to the water's edge from my campsite anyway. And I've got a view out over the camp, out over the ocean. Apparently the sunset's pretty cool tonight, so anyway, we'll see how we go. So I am in Streaky Bay. I pulled into Streaky Bay yesterday. What an awesome camp. Yeah, really good. Nice views out over the water from my campsite. The young lass at the reception that checked me in was just delightful and so helpful, and gave me a whole heap of information. So that'll fill my next couple of days, all the information she gave me. So yeah, if you come into the Streaky Bay area, Islands Caravan Park is the place to stay, in my view. So today I'm going to head out and explore the area and have a look around. It's going to be a hot one today, 36 they say. So it's a bit partly cloudy, so that's probably keeping the heat in, what's going to keep the temperature up. Anyway, we'll get out and we'll have a look around. Sam's fun fact: so the Streaky Bay and nearby Alliston areas became taboo for the Aboriginal people of the region following conflict between European settlers in the mid-19th century. There were killings on both sides, most significant event being the Waterloo Bay massacre of a large number of Aboriginal people in May 1849. So essentially there were the events leading up to the fatal clash, including the killing of 3 European settlers by Aboriginal people, the killing of 1 Aboriginal people, and the death by poisoning of 5 others by European settlers. The limited archival records indicate that 3 Aboriginal people were killed or died of wounds from the clash and 5 were captured, although accounts of the killing of up to 260 Aboriginal people at the cliffs have circulated since at least 1880. In I think the 2017, a cairn was erected at Waterloo Bay commemorating the massacre, and then since then Aboriginal people have been able to travel through the land, this part of the land. So there you go. Okay, so I'm going to clean up and head out for the day. This is Speed Point. I've come for a drive out to just to have a quick look. It's a bit windy outside, so I'm not sure I'll be able to get the drone up, and that's why I'm talking inside the car first. beach here. Got the place all to myself, no one else around, not even any footprints in the sand except for mine. This place is called Smooth Pool. Heading out to Point Westall. Just a stunning coastline again. So this place is called the Granites. So yesterday I went out and did the Westall loop out to Westall Point. Threw a squid jig in a couple of spots, but no luck. But yeah, the scenery again, coastline, all that sort of stuff was just amazing. Beautiful, beautiful clear water and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was good. Hot day yesterday too. But what a difference a day makes. It's bloody overcast today and quite chilly outside, so don't know that I'll be doing too much. Looks like we might get a couple of showers as well. It's supposed to pick up again tomorrow, so yeah, it might be a movie day today, although I might just shoot out. There's a sea lion colony close by. I might just shoot out and have a look at that as well. So anyway, that's the way it is. Okay, so Sam's fun fact. So a lot of the place names around here were named by Matthew Flinders on his voyage in the 1800s aboard the ship Investigator. And so especially a lot of the bays, it's quite funny. So Lucky Bay on the Eyre Peninsula, Flinders sheltered there in a storm, and that's why he called it Lucky Bay. Streaky Bay, where I am now, Flinders named that because when they sailed in, the different colours in the water, or the streaks in the water, with, you know, the clear water and the sands and the blue, the different colours of blue and all that sort of stuff, made it look streaky, so they call it Streaky Bay. Next door you've got Smoky Bay, and Flinders named that Smoky Bay after pulling in there and finding the bay full of smoke because the local indigenous were burning off the bush around the area, so that's why they called that Smoky Bay. Coffin Bay, which I'll head to at the end of the week. Coffin Bay he named after his friend Sir Isaac Coffin. And Tumby Bay he named after a parish in Lincolnshire. So all of those names survived his naming during the exploration of the Eyre Peninsula. Okay, so clean up and decide what I'm going to do. So this is the Labatt Point sea lion colony that I'm heading into now. Morena, last day in Streaky Bay today, and then I'm heading to Perlubie Beach, which is only about 15 minutes down the road. So yesterday I went out to Cape Labatt and had a look at the sea lion colony. It wasn't the greatest weather yesterday, but anyway, went out anyway. And then at low tide last night I took out and put the crab pot out at just beyond the low tide mark, ready for collection this morning. And then when I went back to get it this morning, there were about 2 dozen crabs in it, so yay. It's a crab omelette maybe for dinner. Alright, so today I'm going to have a look at something called Whistling Rocks, a bit more of the coastline. And I might drop a line in at the pier. Okay, so out at Cape Labatt at the sea lion colony. The Australian sea lion was hunted to the brink of extinction until the abolition of commercial sealing early last century. Whilst other species, like the New Zealand fur seal, have recovered steadily, the Australian sea lion is still one of the most endangered marine animals on Earth due to a number of their unique characteristics. So, first of all, their foraging behaviour. So, most other seals and sea lions feed top to bottom, whereas the Australian sea lion only feeds on the bottom, including which makes it greater risk and entanglement with marine debris like fishing line and nets and that sort of thing. Unlike other seal species that breed annually, the Australian sea lion breeds only every 18 months. Newborn pups suffer high mortality rate due in part to overly aggressive behaviour shown towards them by male sea lions during the breeding season. And Australian sea lions prefer to colonise more sheltered coastlines, both on offshore islands and the mainland. This results in them being frequently exposed to disturbance and displacement by humans, as their habitat often is the easiest and safest place to access. So there you go. Alright, so I'm going to clean up and head out for the day. this is Back Beach, which is the closest open ocean beach to Streaky Bay apparently. This place called Whistling Rocks and Blowholes. So apparently we'll go down there and have a look at some of the blowholes and some of the whistling rocks, whatever that means. You could hear them on the other side quite clearly, blowing air up through them as the waves came in, but on this side I don't think the tide's high enough. So this is Cape Boa, or Bauer, B-A-U-E-R, Boa. Trevally in the bag, so a bit of a seafood tonight, crabs and trevally. Morena. So yesterday I was out and about, went around out to Cape can't remember the name of the cave. I put it on the bottom, but I would have said it yesterday. And had a look there. Today I'm heading to Perlubie Beach, but before I go I need to do a bit of housekeeping. So here in Streaky Bay, because I didn't want you filling up at the caravan park, I've come here to Streaky Bay to fill up my water tanks before I go to Perlubie. And dump the toilet and get ready basically for my trip out to Perlubie Beach. But yeah, you got to pay for water here. So there you go, Sam's fun fact, water's $2, sorry, $1 per 25 litres. So I'm just going to go and walk it first and check out the campsite, make sure it's free first. Ooh. And just check out the route. A little bit nervous. It's only the second time I've taken the caravan on a beach. Here we go. So I'm at Perlubie Beach. Came in yesterday and set up camp right on the sand. I was a little bit nervous about coming down, but it was easy. Yeah, I probably could have got away with not down airing down, but yeah, didn't want to take the risk. Anyway, yeah, down sort of the drive down is quite solid, but then the upper parts where you actually camp, it gets a bit soft. So yeah, so I aired down, came on, set up, and yeah, beautiful outlook out the front of the caravan. Stunning sunset last night. Yeah, what more could you ask? So today I'm just going to chill on the beach. Don't even think I'll get the rods out. I just, yeah, just feel like a day of doing nothing, sitting on the beach. So I'm going to end the video here. But before I do, Sam's fun fact. Perlubie Beach is located in the northwestern corner of Perlubie on the coast of a cove overlooking both Streaky Bay and Eyre Island. So Eyre Island out the front. It has become renowned on the Eyre Peninsula for its unique New Year's Day race meet on the beach. The race is a 1600 metre event along the beach at low tide and dates back to 1913 when the first race was held. There you go. Alright, so yeah, don't forget, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and give us a like, and any comments are appreciated. But yeah, I'm going to end the video here. So that's part one of my journey around the Eyre Peninsula. Tomorrow morning, we head off to Coffin Bay. So I'm guessing oysters for dinner tomorrow night. Alright, so yeah, but that's it for this video. Ka kite.